Morning. You ready? I woke up this morning with my mind.
This is great. Hey, man. So, from now on.
Woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 I woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on the spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on the spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on the spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Boom. All right. Love it. Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Good morning. Are you happy to be here? I'm happy to be anywhere, walking around and talking around, loving and praying and singing and praising. It's just beautiful. Soul Purpose Band, John Bellis, you rock, buddy. His son, Julian, has such a beautiful voice. Get that from his mom? I said, get that from his mom? You too, man. You too. Yeah, from Darlene, right. Yeah, exactly. And I love that, we call this our backup singers for the Soul Purpose Band the L's, and that still works because we've got now Lane, Linda, and Cheryl with the S.
Cheryl.
So,
My stage name is backwards. We'd go to Laresh.
oh,
Yeah.
Laresh. It's still the L's. Anyway, it works. I love it. I love it. Oh, man, we got a beautiful service coming up for you this morning because we go in-house. Our talk today is about the inner beingness that allows us to enter into our outer beingness. And we go in to find our beautiful talent today because we're going to have people from within the congregation as our musical guests today, and a guest artist, Anitra. But I always feel like you're like family, too. So you're within the community as well. So that's really sweet to have that. And all kinds of other great stuff that's happening this morning. I want to take a quick breath. And I wasn't even sure I was going to address this or even how to address this because so much has happened this week, and we can't just ignore all that's happened. And a lot of people have been challenged by what has come down in our public sphere, in our governmental sphere. And I don't know where you stand on any of these political issues, but I do know that it has quaked the country. And if we don't acknowledge that, then that quaking stays in our bodies, and we have to release that. We have to release that energy. And this whole month is about the body. So we need to release whatever judgments that you're holding, whatever challenges that you're seeing, whatever hurt or pain that you're holding. It's the time to release that and to know that there's a divine presence within us all that allows us to create the world that works for everyone. And if you're feeling that the world is not working for everyone right now, there's prayer work to be done, and there's that's personal call within us to do something about it, right? So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just letting you know we are empowered to make the world the way we see it in a loving, full, accepting way for all people in it. You know, do you walk out? Okay, maybe the weeds in your garden, you might want to dig those up. But they even have a right to exist. Look at the 405 freeway. They got them in the cracks of the highway. Everything, the diversity that's in the world is here for our beauty, this mosaic of life. And in the Science of Mind, we totally celebrate that. Am I okay with that? Is that true? Is that what we do? So if that's what we do, that's what we also have to do in our prayer work. That's what we also have to do in our everyday expression of life, right? One of the ways that we do that is we serve ourselves. We protect, and we love, and we take care of ourselves. And part of that taking care of is helping the service to happen, to volunteer in our community, do all kinds of great things, and we recognize people that stand out in that arena. And in the month of May, we're recognizing someone who walked into this center and went, I love this place. And like 2 weeks later, she was on a service team. I'm like, do this. You're on a service team already? And every time you say, hey, what needs to be done? Just, I'll do it. So I thought, hey, I'll do this. We will have Volunteer of the Month, Linda Romano. Come on up here, Linda. Come on. I know. You're a backstage person. I get that. Every way. You exhibit this. This is you for your loving support and participation in our spiritual community, and for being the one who has served selflessly, making a difference for the many, and for being a clear example of the values of our center. We honor, we celebrate. This is for you.
Thank you so much.
You going to say anything to everybody?
I love you all so much. I am so overjoyed to have found this place. It's such a blessing to me, and volunteering or whatever little I've done has just been so much fun, so it's been totally selfish.
We like that. Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better.
Love you guys. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Absolutely. Watch your step. And not so selfish plug. Did you hear what she said? Service is fun. Get on a service team, it's fun. I said so. Now, something else happens. At the end of the year, we look at all the people that have been on the Volunteer of the Month. And then we take a global annual assessment to say, hey, who stands out on this list of standout people, which is always really hard. But we end up picking somebody to be the Volunteer of the Year. And we normally celebrate that person at the Spirit Awards, but they couldn't be at the Spirit Awards because they'd gone fishing or something. But they're here now. Kathy Hartman, get up here. Now, Kathy's another one of these background people. Come over here. Give me a hug. Thank you for everything that you do for us and for everyone. Because when people don't know the kind of stuff that Kathy does because it's so in the background. When people are not able to get out, she brings them food. She does house cleaning for people. She drives around and just takes care of folks. She's plugging in spaces that need to be plugged in that no one even knows about. And that's why we're honoring you with a 2021 Volunteer of the Year. And if you still have paper in your house, this is a usable thing. It's a paperweight. It's not just something to sit on the wall. You can use it and remind us of how much we love you.
Thank you. And we love you guys. Thank you so much. This really means a lot. And everybody here has been really like family. And I could not have done it without a lot of people that are out there. I can't name everybody. But our sisters group is amazing. And if you are not part of that, I recommend being part of that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Very good. So good to see you. Yeah. That's there.
That is so beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
Sweet. We'll take that.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll keep this.
All right, perfect.
All right.
I was going to take that.
You want to take this too? Yeah. Oh, it's
Something
fun.
else in disguise.
That'd be great. We might have to have you back there in the background, the voice of God, because right? That'd be really sweet. Oh, man, that's fun. So this is the longest running Spirit Awards I think we've ever had. It's really great. All right, so all the stuff we talked about, the inclusion, the looking at everybody, the making the world that works better for everyone, the volunteerism that happens here, the love that happens here, the concert we had on Friday night, all of that is part of this right here, which we say each week to remind ourselves of what we're doing when we go out into the world. Are you ready? We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are, that's why we're here, and here's what we do. Reverend Rob, you're up.
Thank you. Applause for just walking on the stage. Okay, whatever. Oh, thank you. I love you all too. I'm glad to be here. So let's celebrate our being here-ness. There's only God. There's only one spirit, one mind, one physical essence. And each of us makes use of that one. Each of us is imbued with divine power. So right now we declare that we are grateful and happy to be here. We are grateful for this building, for the landlords, for the toilets, for everything that goes into this physical presence here. And we are grateful for the teaching and the teachers and everything that goes into the mental equivalence that we create here. And we are grateful for the joy and the love and the heart of the emotional body that we celebrate here. So from this place of mind and body and emotion, we declare that this is good and very good. And with gratitude, we release this word to the law, and the law says yes. And we accept this and receive this, and we exude this when we say, and so it is.
Why don't you stand and sing with us?
How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today? How can I serve today?
Oh, Jamie.
Who needs my love today? Who needs my love today? Sweet Spirit.
So here's our affirmation for today. I will read it through once, and then we will all read it together. I am Spirit's DoorDash, delivering divine gifts and creations to the doorstep of this thing called life. Now together. I am Spirit's DoorDash, delivering divine gifts and creations to the doorstep of this thing called life. So my reading today is from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. There might be a copy in our library over there. You'll have to go check. There are great spiritual forces that we can draw upon and deposit into our own minds, which can then be used in any emergency, in any stress, in any strain of life. Life has enough of everything to spare. It contains love and faith and peace of mind and joy. We can build up a spiritual bank account which is sufficient to meet any emergency in our lives. It seems that we are always being called upon to meet emergencies, times when we need more love and tolerance, more kindness and understanding, a deeper faith, and a higher hope. How would it be if we all opened a spiritual account with the bank of life and realized that we are drawing on the infinite, each day depositing enough hope and happiness and faith to more than meet any emergency that might possibly arise? The wonderful part about this is that we know that life contains all of these things, and it wants to give them to us. Namaste.
Thank you, Rob. Well, as Reverend Stephen mentioned, it's home week, and so we're bringing the L's out from behind and backing up to the front and center stage.
Waking up to the light of a shiny new day, giving thanks to the moon for guiding my way. No greater gift to the soul than each breath that my body can hold. So great Spirit, hear my voice today. Welcome, magic. Welcome, sweet sun ray. Love is no secret. Look all around you. Welcome to this day. Life is simple and clear when you make the right choice. It's truth that you hear when you find your own voice. Oh, my brothers and sisters, believe you are just what you are meant to be. Oh, great Spirit, hear my voice today. Welcome, magic. Welcome, sweet sun ray. Love is no secret. Look all around you. Welcome to this day. Welcome, magic. Welcome, sweet sunray. Love is no secret. Look all around you. Welcome, magic. Welcome, sweet sunray. Love is no secret. Look all around you. Welcome to this day. Look all around you. Life is no secret. Look all around you. Welcome to this day.
Say it again, the L's. Woo!
After these rousing songs, we're going to go deeper into that gap between. Because between everything, there's a gap. And when we look in there, Spirit's there. So we're going to take 3 minutes to enjoy the silence, and then Sherry will bring us out of it.
I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am.
So I invite you, anytime you remember, to just take a pause, take a breath, and make that connection within. Namaste.
Thank you. Okay, and now it's my honor to bring up John Sheely to sing us this home.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On that clear day, how it will astound you, the glow that outshines every star you'll feel part of. Every mountain, sea, and shore you can see from far and near, a world you've never seen before. And on a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever. On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On that clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you feel part of. Every mountain, sea, and shore you can hear from far and near, a world you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever. On a clear day.
John Sheely. Wow. Poet and singer. That was beautiful. Thanks, everybody. And Lane and Lynn, it's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Yes, that's going inside so you can enter your full beingness. Thank you for bringing your full beingness to us. I love that. Thank you, Lane. Lynn, where did you go? Oh, there you are, right there. Of course, next to that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I hope so. They have such a beautiful family. They're grandparents. God, boy, you guys, you make grandparenting look so good. You know? My grandparents were like old. Now grandparents are like, I'm going out tonight. See you later. Watch the kids. It's great talking about that. Yeah, welcome to Humanville. Here we are in this thing called Humanville, wearing our little earth suits. And, you know, our body is all about, that's what lets us function here, right? And what I was thinking about with the DoorDash thing was, you know, we get, in Science Mind, we get this teaching that tells us that we get to order up. That's what treatment's all about. We get to order up what's happening in our lives. We make deliberate choices. Not only do we get to choose the experiences, but we also get to choose what's on the menu. We write up our menu, and then we look at the menu and make some choices from it. Now, here's the interesting thing. Some of the stuff on the menu, we inherited. Some of the stuff on the menu was our parents or our teachers or just the culture itself, right? But we get to look at those. Dr. Holmes gave us something to do with that. It's called treatment. We look at the belief system and wait a minute. No. We need to rewrite this menu. I'm taking that off. We're not going to serve that belief anymore. And we're not going to serve this belief anymore. I'm going to write some new beliefs. That's what we get to do. But where does all that happen? It all starts right here in the body. It starts with how we feel and believe and how we see our beliefs out picturing in our lives, how our beliefs happen for us, Our body is what lets our soul function, that divine spirit that is within us. It starts with this gut feeling or a lump in the throat, or you wake up in the morning and you realize, man, my jaw is killing me because you were clenching your teeth all night. Why? Maybe there's some belief that we need to work through, that we get to treat about so we can release that. But it's all there. And there's so many teachings that talk about the body being an illusion. Are you kidding? There's nothing. What? When I wake up in the morning after working out in the garden last night, my body is not even an illusion. It is real. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't do like that. I'm 19 anymore, even though I think I am, So the reality, when perfectly understood, is that there is this connection that we have to life itself. The body is not separate. It is spiritual. It is the center of the spiritual experience in this particular plane. It cannot happen any other kind of way. The fullness of God is expressing through us as we have this total relationship in all the ways that life is showing up, not just in our what seems sentient life, the human experience. Anyone who's got a fur baby knows that they've got a lot of insentience, And when I see the way, the diligence and the perseverance of the ants coming into my kitchen, I feel like they got some intelligence too, because the ant motel over the organic one is over here, but they're like over there. They know we don't want to stay at that place. It's only one rated, only 1 star rated. It's so interesting. So since we know that this life experience is connected intimately and just enmeshed with our body experience, then we can go with what Dr. Holmes says. He says it would be absurd to think of the body as an illusion, unworthy of our attention. Rather, we should think of the body as a spiritual instrument now. A spiritual instrument now. So the question is, how are you going to play that instrument? How are you going to use this beautiful thing that we have? We're not a cabbage. We're not a knot on a tree. We're not even a wave in the ocean, although that's a wonderful metaphor for understanding our relationship to spirit. But the truth is, we're not automatons. We have a way of thinking. We can't help but do it. Anybody in here in meditation ever shut your mind off, really? I don't even try. My meditation is just to watch my mind spin out. It's like, whoa, man. You were off in a yo-yo land. Stop. That's my meditation. I don't know about you guys. Some of you, I see you. Some of y'all are like elevating over the chairs during that 3-minute gap. And my feet are just digging into the earth trying to hold me down because it's craziness, Science of mind. The spirituality of science of mind I find to be so comforting in moments of extreme discomfort, hope-producing in those moments where I feel sometimes helpless. It gives me this feeling of power, in a power greater than myself that I can use, as Dr. Holmes says. There it is, right there on the wall. There is a power in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. And what does Samuel Curtis Hopkins says? If God is your world, what do you have to fear? And there's Emerson back there with his quote. Beware the great God let loose a thinker on this planet. Beware the great God lets loose a thinker on this planet. You are that thinker that has been let loose on this planet. How sweet. There is free will, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. A lot of responsibility. And in our teaching, since we know that, we're even responsible for the wishy-washy, slipshod, average day stuff that happens in our life because we've accepted that and have chosen not to look and dig down into the specifics of our situations. The great thing again about, I feel like I had some pom-poms today on Science of Mind because I'm pumped up with the ideas that we have. They're so beautiful. We've, Dr. Holmes is able to bring the traditional in. We have these wonderful teachings. If you read the Science of Mind textbook, you'll see half of it is the teachings of Jesus. So there's a lot of tradition in Science of Mind. But there's also this revolutionary thing. He was very good at emphasizing orthopraxy over orthodoxy. You ever heard orthopraxy? Orthopraxy is the practice of traditional thoughts. It's the practice. It's our treatment. It's our it's our meditation. It's our sitting with the practitioner. It's the way we do the work. It's very clear the way we do the work. That takes precedent over the orthodoxy, which we have some. We have our own dogma. You know, I just did one of them. There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is your life, my life now. That's a dogmatic idea. But then we have a practice to make that happen for us, you see. And our practice says, and Dr. Holmes tells it very clearly in this one. I love this quote. He says very clear what the practice is. Somehow, you must link your will, your thought, your intellect, your imagination, and your feeling with the divine presence which is already there. Where is the there in this quote? It's inside you. And what's all of these? There's not one tangible thing on what you must do. Your will, your thought, your intellect, some of you. Your imagination, got a lot of that, right? And the feeling, listening with the ear in your chest, the heart space. When we can combine all of that with the divine presence, which is who we are the divine presence. Whoa, power! That's what the Science of Mind is telling us. That's the power that we have. It's already here for us. But we must go in so that we can be out. We must go in with all these invisible intangibles so we can go out into the beautiful experience of life itself. We must learn to stay away from the distractions. And oh my God, there's so many distractions out there. So that we can step into our space of being of service. Because we're really here to serve the planet, ourselves, our friends and fellows. What did Linda say a minute ago? I like serving. It's selfish. It makes me feel good. Our whole energy around life. We're so busy trying to, I'm just so selfless. Bullcorn. Don't be selfless. Don't be selfless. God made you to be proud of yourself, to make you empowering yourself. And if it means that you go out and be of service, great. That's a good way to make the self feel good. I talked about that book. I was strolling through the back halls of Founders, and I opened up this one closet, and it was just full of books. And the first book that popped out was The Art of Selfishness by David Seabury. I went, that is an interesting idea, and it is. It's a powerful idea. He has turned selfishness into an art. And I'm not talking about egoism or egotism or however you want to say that. I'm not talking about hubris. I'm not talking about over amounts of pride, big ego stuff. I'm talking about that humble, honoring, loving experience of life that is showing up as everyone. And that's what we must do. We must step into what fills us up. We must step into that stuff that it's nagging at you to always see and to do. You know, we have so much stuff that is stored up within us that blocks us from what we need to do in life. And we have, again, the practice. We get to look at that. We get to release those stored up beliefs. And there are lots of them. We come into this world with a lot of stuff. There are too many of us been raised to actually fear what is within us. Within us, our deepest cravings. Yeah. This is going to totally put me on the spot. I got two people in here who are going to hold me to this. I know at least two, and all the rest of you as well. So I'm on my way in this morning, and my brother and my play sister had watched a concert online in Minnesota, and they loved you guys, and they loved the singing, and the music was great. And then Michael was saying how he gets to go to church, and his pastor at his church doesn't ask him to sing all the time. And I made the stupid, silly mistake of saying, my congregation's always trying to get me to sing. And then both of them chime in and go, well, you should sing because you have a great voice. So now I'm going to take you up on the lessons, and maybe you'll help me too. And
Only
I'm going to
5
sing
years
one
in the
day.
making.
I'm going to sing one day. I'm going to sing one day. Because that's a deep craving within me, and there's an old story. See, this is all about an old story that I've accepted in my life that I can't. I've accepted that. I'm going to release that. I'm going to show you how science of mind works. We're going to do a science of mind experiment, and I'll be in the test tube. Okay? So Sherry will be my Bunsen burner. And Jamie, you'll be my observer, because you always have to have an observer when you're doing an experiment, right? Right? And then all of you guys will be the witnesses, or the guinea pigs, right? But you know, it's interesting. And here's the other thing: there's always some support, as I showed you. There's always support for that. There was a guy named Scott Adams, and he had been drawing little scribblings, and somebody looked over and says, "Oh, you draw nice cartoons." He said, "Do you think so?" "I don't know." He said, "Yeah, you really do. You should try this out. You should do this." "I don't know." And he went to a workshop with a guy named Jack Cassidy, and Jack Cassidy's a famous cartoonist, not the actor. This is another Jack Cassidy. This is another Jack Cassidy. I thought so too. I said, Jack Cassidy was a cartoonist? No, there were two. And so this Jack Cassidy was holding this workshop, and at the end of the workshop, he noticed Scott Adams' drawings, you know, and a few weeks after the workshop was over, out of nowhere, Adams gets a letter, and he says, "I hope that you will," from Jack Cassidy, he says, "I hope that you will go out and do something with your cartoons because they're really, really good." And he'd had always, like I said, he was always scribbling stuff. So he thought, well, okay. So he sent a couple of cartoons out to a couple of magazines, and both of them rejected him. And he's like, he put it away. And like 2 years later, out of nowhere, he gets another letter from Jack Cassidy. He didn't even answer the first letter. The guy didn't say thank you for the letter, right? 2 years later, he gets another letter. And he says, I was just thinking about you, and was thinking that maybe you had jumped into doing cartoons, and by now you're making some money on the side, selling your cartoons, and I just wanted to remind you that how talented you are, and I'm glad you're followed up on your work. And he's like, oh man, I put that stuff in the closet, I haven't done anything with it. All right, he brought it out, he sent it out again, and this time he got a bite, and it turned into Dilbert. He's Dilbert, right? This is how this stuff works. These cravings that are within you, these little things that are happening, there's support. There's angels everywhere because we're all here to serve. And it's a universe of intermeshment, so we're all entangled with each other, the great fabric and tapestry of life. And so when you go out to do that thing that you've been fearing to do, the universe will conspire to make it happen. It will bring Jack Cassidy's and Sherry Deeds and Jamie Lula's into your life to make it happen for you. So just do it. You know, find this solution, this uncovering and this releasing of all the things that we say we can't do. It takes perseverance, it takes practice, it takes a little patience. See, life's solutions rarely come in a blinding flash. They come more like this, like what Karen Casey says, that the solution to our lives isn't a meteor, it isn't a mosaic, it's a mosaic. It's a mosaic. It's made up of many ordinary acts and choices, plans and reflections. Oh, how sweet the flashes when they come. How sweet the flashes when they come. But see, it's just the ordinary acts and choices, the plans and reflections. And this week, maybe it wasn't all that sweet when the flash came. But still, it is here. It's just ordinary acts and choices, it's plans and reflections. Over time, anything can happen and can change. We must hold on to that idea no matter what. But we must be out there. We must be out there in the world to see this and to make this happen. See, there's sometimes such a disconnect between who we want to be and who we see ourselves as and what we actually do. We're very quick to say, so it is, so it is, so it is, so it is. And then we look at the world and we go, wait, it's not, it's not, it's not. How is that happening? So many times we say it like just sort of rote, and so it is, so it is. It's almost as if we're stamping and stomping and smashing humanity, smashing our dear Mother Earth, smashing our own selves to not live our fullness. We see it in the environment. We see it in our kinship with our fellow people. We see it in our lack of compassion. But when we have put the letter away, it's easy to forget that it's all about orthopraxy and not orthodoxy. We put our Scott letter away and we just forget about it. It's somebody else's problem. No. It's ours to do. It's ours to get out and to do the practice. So Mark Nepo asked a wonderful question. He says, how do we begin to inhabit our destiny of being here? He believes, I believe, it starts with reverence and listening, with honoring every bit of life we encounter. Again, the honoring and the listening, the reverence, where is that happening? Revering what? Revering the self. Honoring the self. Listening where? Listening within. Going within, entering within, being within, so we can enter the out. So we can go into the greatness. So our inner calling is a call to an outer action. We're actually here for a kind of a mystical activism, if you will, coming from a deep-rooted spirituality that's within each and every one of us. So we live here in this presence that loves us and loves that it loves. It loves the thing itself. And what is the thing itself? You are the thing itself. The universe loves you, all the yous. So we get to be the color that light reflects. We get to be like the football guy on the sideline that's doing the color play-by-play. We get to write that. That's part of what we get to order up. We don't have to live in the shade of culture. Culture is what happens over time and becomes something, a decontextualized idea. Culture is laid upon us, made by all of us over time. So whatever we think is a particular cultural phenom or norm today can be changed to later times. They used to hang people in the public square. Ugh, not a great place for a picnic, but people used to go to picnic at places like that. My God, all of that kind of pain and injury is in our bodies. We get to release that stuff, We get to move and shift culture. We have this incomprehensible gift that is our body, that is our brain, that is our intellect, that's connected to the mind, the infinite mind of the universe. And we get to use that thing. We've been given that? What a treasure. What a gift. My God. Dr. Holmes says it so well. I love the book, This Thing Called You. If you haven't read it, please pick it up. Here's what he says. You are a spontaneous, self-choosing center in life. In the great drama of being, the great joy of becoming, the certainty of eternal expansion. Certainty of eternal expansion. You cannot ask for more, and more cannot be given. If that doesn't fill you with any kind of hope, if that doesn't charge you up, call me. I will read that to you into your answering machine for other people to hear it when they answer your phone, when they call your phone. This is how we get to go in so we can enter and be without. And so it is. So you ready to order up? Yeah. Here we go. I am Spirit's DoorDash, delivering divine gifts and creations to the doorstep of this thing called life. I'm going to put a plug in for the Science of Mind Library and Archives that has spent a lot of time digitizing the radio show, This Thing Called Life. Go to Apple, whatever source of buying MP3s you can, and check it out, This Thing Called Life. It's Dr. Holmes' radio show that is still on the air today, on the internet today, being read by and hosted by Dr. Arthur Chang. So it was Holmes, Hornaday, and now Chang. That show, the radio show, This Thing Called Life, it's still on the air. Yeah. What's that, like 60, 70 years or something? It's pretty cool, pretty incredible. All right. At Founders, yeah. Okay, let's do a prayer. Time for revealing prayer. So I'm going to ask you all right now to do what we've been talking about, to go within for a moment. Check in with your body. And I'm not going to ask you to call out. If you want to, you can, but I want you to just be present to what's within. Knowing that you have this power, knowing that you have this calling, knowing that you have this urging, whatever it is, I don't know. Maybe it's just to say thank you. I don't know. It's yours. But I know it's there because we all have it, because we all have life within us. So allow that to rise to the surface of your consciousness right now and hold that concept for this brief moment as you simply know that there is one life. We are that life, expressing with every breath, with every heartbeat, with every movement, with every look, glance, smile, smirk, roll of the eye, hunch of the shoulder, run, enjoy, hug, kiss. We are that expression, alive today, unified in this moment, through this moment of prayer. So I'm simply knowing that whatever is being held in consciousness right now is a fully developed idea that has sprung forth from the source of its being, the mind of God, and is expressing, individualized as that mind running through your experience of life. Therefore, this calling that you are hearing, seeing, feeling in the body is yours to do, and there is a power and a presence within you that energizes you to get it done. It's easy and fulfilling, and it brings a sense of satisfaction. This is not hard work. It may take time. It may take sweat. Going to the gym feels like hard work, and then you're lifting the muscles going, this is great. This is the journey of life, and we are all engaged in it, empowered by it, and fully capable of expressing it in this very way. We have the power and the presence and the poise and the pace to do what needs to be done here and now, and we are doing it by this word. I'm so grateful to know this and to speak this truth for each and every one of us as I release this prayer into an infinite law that makes it so, as we say these words with power and meaning, and so it is. Thank you so much. Wow, okay. Hey, it's time to support the community a little bit. There are some ways to do that. I'm loving the text to word to give. That's fun. And because it's like really, it's techie, it's modern, it's new age. We should get a Venmo thing so we can put a little thing there and you can QR code it too. We're gonna figure it out. Any kind of way we can get your money, we're gonna figure it out. That's the way it works. And here's how you get your money, through this affirmation right here and now. Let's say it. Where is it? That one. No, that one. That one. There it is. Okay, you ready? Divine love. It's doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL, Simi Valley, and the world now. Divine love is victorious. Here's your announcements for the week. Sherry, something special in there. Thank you, man. Fun little show last Friday night. These guys. No, just the band. Yeah, these guys. It was a good house, about 80, 90 people.
So there is one breathing in, one breathing out. It's the law of circulation in our bodies. And this is a representation of the law of circulation in money, which is just a thought. It's just a thought. So we know that this is blessed, and we use it to bless ourselves and those around us, and so it is.
So it is. And now it's my pleasure to bring up the talented Anitra Carr.
Check, check. Hi. Good to be here.
Right on.
Doctors have come from distant cities just to see me. Stand over my bed, disbelieving what they're seeing. They say I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. Newspapers ask intimate questions, want confessions. Reach into my head to steal the glory of my story. They say I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. I believe fate smiled and destiny laughed as she came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted with love, with patience, and with faith. She'll make her way. She'll make her way. People see me, I'm a challenge to your balance. I'm over your heads, how I confound you and astound you to know I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer me no explanation. Ooh, I believe fate smiled and destiny laughed as she came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as she came to my mother. No, this child will not suffer. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted with love, with patience, and with faith. She'll make her way. She'll make her way. She'll make her way.
Anitra Carr. Beautiful.
Anita.
That was lovely. Oh, that's fun. Thank you, Anitra. That was beautiful. Thank you. All of it was good. So many people to thank today. This has been a lovely service. Of course, always our Soul Purpose Band led by Sherry Deeds. And all the L's, Lynn, Lane, and Laresh, and Laresh. Grateful for that. Okay, D's on the slides with backup from Darlene. Thank you so much for that. Gregory, great work on the video booth as always. With Donna and who was with you? There was Deborah and Terry on the service team for today. Fantastic, appreciate that. Ron, did you do anything today? A little bit of stage. All right, and Ron on service team as well. Rob will be available for prayer after service. Will be right underneath the exit sign, which, yeah, got that. Will be right underneath the exit sign, which is awesome. We thought about that last week, that standing under the exit sign for prayer is so perfect because you're exiting beliefs from people that they don't no longer want to use. It's a great place to get stuff out, right? Stand under the exit sign and Rob will get it out for you. That's beautiful. And I think that covers everything, except we have something really sweet. You guys made a demonstration because there was a request for that last week. And so we have Cosmic Kids in the house!
Yeah, everybody stand up for this.
Oh my goodness. Don't bring these little ones up here to me. Oh boy, look at there. Should I hold that for that? You know, you're running from it? Okay.
Let everyone see your beautiful face. This is Weston. Do you want to say hi, Weston?
Hey.
Hey, good to see you, Weston.
And here, let me let you, if you'd like. Would you like?
Just introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Hi.
You got,
Hi.
what's your name?
Taven.
Hey, Taven. And your name is?
Maddox.
Hello, Maddox. What a lovely name. Powerful.
And we had so much fun getting to like look and see what we still have back there. We found Legos and a couple of puzzles and the keyboard.
And the keyboard.
The keyboard is very complicated, but Taven knew how to do it. He knew how to, and so did Maddox. They were playing, and then we just improvised, and it was very fun.
That's great. That's great.
Anyway.
Shall I share that? Now, this is a family that we are very, I'm really touched by because this is, but these be grandkids, huh? Great-grandkids.
Oh, my
Joe Hersher's great-grandkids. Wow. Right? Yeah, yeah. So really happy to have that. Happy to have you guys here with us. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll come back and visit, and Kathy will be here to hang with you if you want to. We'll find more stuff. Yeah, because we have all kind of great stuff. All right, let's stand and do our closing benediction, and we will sing. All right. Where are you? At home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Love be with you, peace unfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in. Love come through you, make it flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, love be with you, ooh, love be with you. All together, hand in hand, we see the light and take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your path and set it free, and share this blessing. Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in. Truth come through you, make good flow to you, let joy renew you, till we
Come on out Wednesday night for Tazay. It'll be our last Wednesday till the summer, into summer. Wednesday can take a little time off, but Tazay service. And Lane, it's also going to be online, right?
Yes.
Today, here in service or online Wednesday night. Please come on out. Enjoy that. See you later.
You know the chorus. I sing the verse, you sing the chorus. I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you, and if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day in love with you, and Cupid got a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. I love you more today than yesterday. Woo! But not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day means springtime's just a day away. And Cupid, we don't need you now. Get on your way. Thank the Lord for love like ours that grows ever stronger. I always will be true, you know. Feel the same way too. I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. All right, girls, let's do some dancing. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Every day's a new day. Every time I love you. Every day's a new day. Every time I love you. Oh, every day's a new day. Oh, how I love you. Every day's a new day. Oh, how I love you. I love you. That was so fun. You kicked it. And sitting next to Steven is